Hey Z, this is Chario. This is a video response to your Z wants to know, have you come clean? Why or why not? Um, in order to go through this, I'm gonna actually go back to the beginning of my hobby career, or whatever you want to call it. So it all started my freshman year of college when I decided to take the dive, and I got the 1 to 144th high grade Double O Gundam. This was before the O Riser was even mentioned, so, that it was the so I got that, and at first I was kind of like not embarrassed, but I didn't know what people would think, so I kept it pretty secret, other than from my roommate who saw me building it and stuff. He asked me questions. I told him what it was, and he didn't really care. He was pretty cool about it. So and then you know weeks later I kind of left it out sometimes. So I left it out posed, overlooking like my bed or something like that. It was, I was really happy with it because it was my first model, and I thought I did a pretty good job at the time. But then I met my girlfriend, who and at the time I didn't know how she'd react. So I kind of, if if she was gonna come over to the room in order to like watch a movie, watch a show, I'd hide it away. I put it in a drawer or something like that. Until later on, when I found out that she was kind of on the nerdy side, like I am, and that I took it out, and she saw it, and like asked me questions, and we talked about it for a while, and it really showed me that she was like really accepting about my what I am, what my personality, and I was really happy about that, honestly. So I was very happy. So then next year college, I actually oh sorry, but during that freshman year also, like I hung out with another hall in my dormitory, so no one would ever really come into my room unless they needed to. So they never really saw them. So I mean, it's not as if I was trying to hide it away. It just never came up. But so next year I lived with my friends. Not next year, but like last year I lived with my friends in a four-person suite in a dormitory, and there I was pretty open about it. I'd get big packages coming in, and I do the unboxing videos as you guys saw before. On my brown bed, you know, when everyone was out, because I didn't want to make a video and make someone uncomfortable. So I have it right there. You get to see everything, and so I did all my painting in my room. Hand painting, nubbing. What I mean, like, and whenever people were hung out in my room, they would sometimes touch stuff. Handle it, ask me questions. I'd answer. Nonchalantly or excitedly sometimes if they knew what I was talking about. So yeah, that's what happened. And then I started getting more comfortable with it, and I took it out into like the hallway of our thing. That and people who weren't part of my close friend group saw it, and they knew about it from another person in the hall actually who right now has a perfect grade strike and L strike and Sky Grasper, and it's actually thinking of getting the double O riser, but I'm trying to see if he wants the perfect grade strike freedom, so he makes an informed decision, and also so I can see it. Um, so I talked to him. You know, I talked to them, and they're really cool about it. I just watched TV or like talked with them as I denubbed or I panel lined everything, and that was actually really nice because that was during the time when I was making the Gundam X, which, as you guys know, those 90s models had a lot of panel lines, and that took a while to panel line. So it's really nice to be able to be with people for that. So yeah, then this year, I kind of tend to keep this hobby, to my close friends and whoever comes to my place and they see my stuff. But I've actually shown stuff off. Like we have group fairs, and I'm an officer in my anime club where I showed off and I took in my Dengeki Hobby magazine in my Hobby Japan magazine, which has which have which came with the unicorn head when unicorn was just coming out. The 135 unicorn head bust, and the XN riser. So I brought those out, and I brought a couple models with me, posed them, and like I opened it up to where the Son Goku. when it was first coming out, because I knew people would see Goku, and they'd be like, oh, that's pretty cool, and they would tell them about it. See, and I did that this year and last year, and I brought in my master grade Zaku 2.0, which I had painted and decaled by then, and like just set it out there, and like I found out another officer collected models. Specifically, I think he has the 1 to 100 no grades from the seed line. So I thought it was really cool. I talked to him about it a few times, and I mean we haven't talked too much about it, but I mean that's expected, I guess. So yeah. Um, but I will say that not a lot of people know about this because I tend not to talk about it too much. I tend not to, I like people don't come over to my place that often, and so they don't get to see my stuff. But so a lot of people like in my major, or in my classes don't really know about my this hobby of mine. So in a way, you can say I'm hiding it, but in a way, it's not really. You know, it just is passively hiding it. I guess it hasn't happened yet, and I don't really care if they know about it because I'm proud of my hobby. I'm especially like in my apartment building. Like I have to go down an elevator to get to the basement to go into a parking lot in order to paint my pieces with if I'm gonna spray paint. So every once in a while I get someone, and I'm just myself. I'm carrying a big box with a styrofoam block and skewers poking out with these random shapes on it. And everyone kind of gives you a couple of looks. People have asked, and just, oh, it's a plastic model, and they're like, oh, that's really cool, and we talk a little bit, and then we go our separate ways. So it's in a way I'm pretty open about it because I'm going through my apartment building, spray painting like these pieces out in the parking lot, away from the cars and everything, so nothing gets damaged. But yeah, so before video gets too long, that's kind of my take. I think that if you do a hobby, you should be proud of it. You should be proud of what you're doing, because and if you want to keep it to yourself, that's for you. That's for you. But I mean, something like Gunpla and plastic modeling and a lot of stuff is kind of like for your own your own sanity, especially for me. And also like it's to me it's like art. You should show it off. Like I've actually gone out and like participated in a modeling competition, a Gundam model competition where I featured my Cerebi 3G. So a lot of people saw it. A lot of people, said very good work. It was really original. Just fix this, and maybe you'll get a better score next time. So I'm gonna cut myself off again before I start ranting. So Z, that's my point of view. Hope you enjoy it, and I really want to see more of these because I do enjoy talking about things like this in a community like YouTube. Thank you, and see you later.